So here in Florida, you have incredible amounts of weed growth and ants. And the weeds grow like crazy here. And I gotta constantly pull weeds out in the plantation area. So that's the mangoes. And right over here, and these are all a bunch of weeds that have grown. And I keep pulling them out, they go right back very quickly. And there's Gypsy now. Spider web. This way here is a raspberry bush that I vined. It was actually a huge plant. The vines were growing all over here about a year ago, and I had to cut them down because the problem with these raspberry bushes here in Florida is they attract whiteflies who eat the leaves like crazy. Whiteflies are a voracious eater. So I cut the whole thing down. Just made a little shrub. But the good thing about raspberry bushes and berry bushes is you can cut it down almost all the way to the very stem, and they'll just go right back unless you pull the root out. So I'm hoping this time, restarting all over, it'll grow and I can avoid some of these problems with these whiteflies that eat the leaves, and then I can never get berries out of them. Because here in Florida, because of especially only 5 miles from the ocean, the salt air is not very good conducive for good plant growth here. But I'm going to try making another try at it with that raspberry vine again. But these things grow fast. This is actually grown within about a week. It was actually just down to a little stem right there, almost to the dirt. And look at it now. And as you can see, I re-landscaped the whole area here. Put the bricks around it and mulched it. Put good garden soil around it. So hopefully it'll grow better. So let's look up more of the plantation. This is a Christmas palm. And this is the rubber tree plant. This is actually, if you had the money and the resources, you can actually make rubber out of this plant. It's a very sturdy plant, and it grows very fast. I mean, one time I had this completely trimmed down, and the iguana, I have an iguana that lives in this bush. He sometimes shows up. It's a green iguana. And iguanas are not native for this area, but they've grown here. And I also get Cuban anoles that come and grow and live on this plant. But this plant, rubber tree plants here, grow incredibly well. And they have and the problem is with these rubber tree plants, when you cut them, is they have this milky sap. And there's the wolf spider. Is it a little spider though? Wolf spiders are very common here. And he eats good bugs. So I let him live there because he's a very beneficial spider. And I got more spider webs. This is like a different kind of spider. Some of these spiders you gotta watch out for too, because sometimes you get black widow spiders in here which are poisonous. And they can give you a lot of pain and a lot of irritation if they bite you. But they're good, beneficial bugs. So I let them live. Like this thing, I can't remember the name of that spider. They're very interesting. I love spiders. They're fun. So that's what a rubber tree plant. Well, anyway, the sap of these rubber tree plants is very milky and it's very sticky. So if you cut it, you don't want to get stuck on your head because it's very hard to get out, or any part of your skin. Well, that's that. This is a coconut palm. This doesn't have any coconuts on it yet. It's a young tree. This is a topiary plant, Japanese topiary plant. I gotta retrim it. It comes in like little, you can trim it down and it has little balls. And it looks really neat, but I gotta trim that down. And this right here is a silver buttonwood tree. They're common in Florida, and they have like these little pellets. And the reason why I call it silver buttonwood is because it looks silver. And this is the kumquat tree. And look at the knoll right there, lizard. And I just re-mulched this, as you can see. And you can actually, this one kumquat is just about edible. I'm actually going to pick it a little bit and eat it, but you got to eat it the whole. I got to wash it down a little bit though. The thing I hate about these things is white flies. I hate white flies. They are very destructive, and they chew on the leaves. And they're very common in Florida, and they're very destructive. As you can see, that's all white fly doing. Even by putting white fly killer on it, it's like they're immune to it. They're very tough insects to kill. I hate white flies. This is some kind of Japanese fruit tree. It hasn't really produced any fruit as of yet though. I'm hoping it'll produce something soon enough. But these little blossoms, they create a fruit you can actually eat. And the problem is more white flies. And that's why I could probably get 2 of them at the same time. I think I crushed them. Good, got them. I hate white flies. The good thing is you can crush them. And they have the spiders eat the white flies, but the white flies got to get trapped in their spider webs before they can get them. Okay, some coconuts I picked a while back. Look, here's the coconut palm, where I get my coconut water from. This is the one coconut palm that actually is producing coconuts at the present time. And these are young coconuts, so I need to get these get a little bit bigger. And this is another coconut palm here. Doesn't produce any coconuts as of yet. And this way here is a Queen Anne's palm. And it produces like these little red beans, but you can't eat them. However, squirrels will sometimes come by and eat the nuts. And those nuts are actually seeds so you can actually make other plants. And they dig into the dirt. And that's how this tree has grown, because it grew up one of those nuts. And when I cut the grass, of course, the other nuts don't germinate. But that's the Queen Anne palm. There's a big palm here. I used to have 2 of them, but one of the trees became poisoned, so I had to cut it down. And I got more coconuts over here that I'm trying to grow more coconuts. I got this coconut from a neighbor's yard down over there, that coconut tree. So I put that coconut here, hoping it'll have some good coconut growth. And of course I got a weed here because the weeds are getting long. And another coconut palm. Another Queen Anne's palm here. As you can see, they separate into 2 branches. And another coconut palm. An Italian cypress tree. As you can see, this has gotten brown. I'm thinking because of the cooler weather. These are more warm weather plant. And actually, I'm hoping I didn't actually kill it because I sprayed weed killer a while ago. I hope that's not the reason why it's turning brown. So we'll hope and see. It looks like it's surviving. It'll recover. I hope I didn't kill it. I really like this cypress tree, Italian cypress tree. This is a red tip cocoa plum. It actually produces a plum you can actually eat. And there's another white fly that I want to try to kill. And that one got away from me. And this produces like a little berry you can actually eat. And it attracts other insects that eat the white flies. But there's so many white flies, some of these beneficial insects are overwhelmed by the white flies. Unfortunately, the white flies don't eat this one too much. It's not a plant they really enjoy too much. This is actually a hedge plant in Florida, common, but it produces a nut that's actually edible. However, it's not really, it's very bland tasting. And that's a red tip cocoa plum. This was actually much bigger, but I trimmed it down. And here's some more landscaping. Get it done in the front yard. There's a porch. And you see lizards live under that rock. I've had that boulder there for a long time. Lizards live under it. And they make holes. Salamanders are under there, the knolls, and so on. We live under these rocks. And of course, here in Florida, you get weeds all the time. And it's constant picking. More landscaping. And I got anoles living under this rock as well. And here's landscaping in the front. And remember that Queen City I tried to plant? Well, it didn't make it. It just collapsed over. It didn't expect it to live, but I tried. Had to give it a chance. So that's the plantation. Okay, so this is the plantation update for Saturday, June 9, 2016. This is the mango tree, and this is about a 4-year-old mango, 4-year-old mango tree, and it was actually planted from a little bush, probably about not much bigger than that little bush right there. And look at it now, it's getting huge. I got some spiders on it too. It's a whoop spider and a spider web. I let them keep it because they're beneficial spiders. Because the problem is I have problems with bugs, and they eat the leaves, as you can see, especially white flies. And this way here, there's a color plant, color leaf. That's all new growth. That's like under 1 week leaf growth. And because it's been a warm winter so far, I am getting incredible growth of this mango tree. And this mango tree, I actually planted from a seed. This came from a mango seed from a person that, one of the managers at work, Nancy. She gave me a mango one time, and I decided, well, I was going to plant the mango from a seed. And so this is the result right now, about 3 years worth of growth. And that's gotten huge too. It's a good 14 feet tall. And of course this mango tree is a little bit bigger. This is about maybe 16 feet tall. And I'm hoping to get a mango crop this winter. Usually they start producing mangoes around September, October, November. And as long as it's warm weather, they grow really good. And they're really tasty mangoes. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And as you can see, I had the clothes hang up because my clothes dryer doesn't work. And this is an Italian cypress tree that I have in the backyard. I used to have tomatoes here, but because the mango trees are getting bigger, I decided not to plant tomatoes this year. So this is all covered up in grass now. Because here in Florida, stuff grows really fast. And here's Fritz looking around. Fritz! And problem with here in Florida,